Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Andrews, and I am back. And today I am bringing you my review for a movie that was kind of just silent, and it was brought upon us because we watched the trailer for it. It's called Lamb. Before I actually get into my review, I will say that I am going to do spoilers and whatnot, which there really aren't really all that many spoilers in this, so it's not going to be too much. But I also want to talk because I told you guys that I was going to be bringing you my rating system. I was doing 1 through 10, and I just thought that so many people do 1 through 5 and 1 through 10. I wanted to do something else. And so, with how Jeremy Jahns does his rating system and how Chris Tuckman does his, Chris Tuckman uses actual grades, and Jeremy Jahns uses words and whatnot. So I was thinking, what could I do to make it my own? And I was thinking about it, and I came up with a list of 1 through 10. And I will go ahead and show you guys that, and I will also post what they are down in the description as well. So, 1 through 10. 1 rating, which is going to go from worst, absolute worst, to a 10 being the best. So, a 1 rating would get a G rating, which is garbage. A 2 rating would get a T, which is terrible. A 3 rating would get an H, which is horrid. A 4 rating would get an M for mediocre. A 5 rating would get an S for stale. A 6 rating would get an O for okay. A 7 rating gets an L for likable. An 8 rating gets an R for remarkable. A 9 rating gets an E for excellent. And a 10 rating gets a P for perfection. So, I was trying to think of something that I could do my own, make it my own. Hopefully nobody else has something like this and whatnot. I have no idea. But that's how I wanted to do it. I wanted to be different and everything like that. So hopefully it works. But now on to my review for Lamb. This movie is really weird. It's about a little girl who is neglected and treated badly by her parents. And she meets this older guy who, what do you say, he's 47 and she's 11 years old. And he takes her on an adventure. She's never met him before, except for maybe one little time where he kind of kidnapped her, in quotations, to teach her a lesson that her friends were pretty much making her be something that she wasn't, making her dress badly and whatnot, not act like how she should act and everything. And when she got kidnapped, none of her friends ever called or checked to see if she was okay or whatnot. So it was pretty much just teaching her that you can't just go up because they dared her to go up to him to ask for a cigarette. You can't just go up to a stranger as a little girl and expect the outcome to be good. I'm going to talk about the negatives of this movie first. Now, like I said, it's about a guy and he takes this girl on an adventure, and I will talk about that later. More about that later. The negatives of this movie, we don't see enough of the parents really neglecting her or treating her badly or anything like that enough to really care about her going back or her being afraid to go back. We just get one scene, and it's a pretty good scene. I'm not gonna lie. For the most part, the acting in this movie is actually really good. I really liked it. And we get one scene with her mom and her dad that really show it, but then that's all we get. We don't get anything else. Another thing is this guy who is taking her on the adventure with him is fucking crazy. And in my opinion, I thought it was just really stupid. And there's a lot of lazy writing in this movie as well. I can't remember what it was, the part that literally made me like go crazy when Mrs. Andrews and I was watching it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that was just so stupid for them to even say. It made no sense. It was dumb. It was lazy writing. And I can't remember what it was. This movie is really weird because the entire time, and I've seen movies that have this. I've seen, Bastard out of California. If you have not seen it, don't really worry about seeing it. It has really, really bad scenes in it. But I was getting vibes of that. And there were multiple points in the movie where I was like, okay, it's probably about to happen. Okay, it's probably about to happen. A 47-year-old guy is with an 11-year-old girl, and they're getting hotel rooms and shit like that. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But to my surprise, it never does happen. Thank goodness. And I really like that. For the most part, the dislikes are just that it's really boring. It's really long. Not as like a long movie, but like everything just takes forever to get going. It's a really boring movie. Nothing ever really happens. It's just a lot of dialogue and whatnot. The movie is only an hour and 37 minutes long. So it's not a long movie, but it feels like it's a long movie when you're watching it. That's the bad part. The acting is okay. Pretty good. The little girl did a really good job. The main guy was pretty, like, scary at points. Where it was to the point where, is this dude crazy because he busts out, starts crying? I mean, is this dude crazy? Is he being manipulative? Is he, what is his plan? What is he planning to do? What does he want the outcome to be? And we don't really figure that out until the end of the movie. Now, the end of the movie does end a little badly, I must say. The ending to the movie is not to my liking. But the rest of the movie, I will say, I actually did like. It kept me guessing if anything bad was going to happen, and nothing ever did happen, which was really good. And to my amusement, this guy lost everything. He's getting a divorce with his wife. He lost his job, or he's losing his job. They never really touch up on that. It's to the point where there's just one scene, just like The Parents, where the guy says, you're becoming a nuisance and stuff like that. And they hint that they're going to fire him. So I think he loses his job. And this is where he sees this little girl who has a bright future. She's beautiful. She has a bright future. Her life isn't fucked up like his is. So he takes her on this adventure and teaches her about life. Teaches her about living. Teaches her about making the right choices. But he does it in a bad way. I mean, when she gets in the vehicle with him or whatever or anything like that, it's in broad daylight. People would see that and everything like that. I just wish that they would have shown the little girl going back home. Because they don't show her going back home. He takes her back home. But when he takes her back home, he drops her off. She starts running to the car as he's driving away, and then it comes back and it shows her book bag just lying there on the ground, and then it ends. That's how it ends. I would have liked to have seen how the parents would have reacted her coming back. What if they reacted the same way? Then we could have got a better understanding of why she didn't want to go back home. The movie is really weird. It really is. If you're a parent, it's probably going to make you really uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable, and I'm not even a parent, but I was thinking, what if that was my kid? It's a very uncomfortable watching movie because this guy, it feels like he's going to do something, but he never does. But it's just a scary thought of something like this is probably really happening right here, right now. Well, not right here, but like right now, somewhere out there, something like that is probably happening. And it's really sad to think about. So I guess it might. It's a movie about child neglect, pretty much, and it was done pretty well. A little bit of lazy writing. The acting was pretty good. It's a little boring, and even though it's pretty much a short movie, it feels like it's long. I mean, it's drug out and whatnot. But as for a movie itself, and the plot and the message that it's trying to send out, it does a good job. I'm going to give Lamb a 7 out of 10. That's an L. L rating. Was that Likeable? That's a Likeable rating. I liked it. Is it a movie that I'll watch again? Probably not. Is it a movie that I'm glad that I watched? Actually, yeah. I'm glad that I experienced it. I'm glad that I actually watched it. I've never seen it before, so yeah. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think and everything like that. If you have seen the movie, let me know what you guys think. If you haven't seen the movie, if you're into dramas or a little bit of suspense, check it out and whatnot. It's called Lamb, Lamb. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys know. Like, share, and please subscribe. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and have a good one.